if somebody went, you know, really the point is we're just farming money, the credits to buy some ships for the fun of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like we need it. But did I tell you the numbers of all those other bases I found?
No.
So there are. I'm loading up the game. I'll tell you in a second when it loads. But it's.
Okay.
I gotta order dog food. I think I'm gonna order like Chinese or something for when she comes home because if by the time she gets out of the plane,
Mm-hmm.
she's got to go through customs. You know. By the way, he built a space elevator in creative mode. He talks
Who's
about
that?
it in the one with the ship on the space elevator up in the Arctic area in the mountains.
Oh, okay.
He builds that space elevator and he launches the ship, the airplane that's on it. But the airplane has hydrogen engines on it. But I mean, it's clearly not a a space vessel that he's launching.
And he's doing that. Well, we'll put this one in the oven. We'll pull out the one that we've already finished and show it to you. Interesting.
Well, the video that he does is very interesting. I mean, I enjoy it quite a bit.
Uh-huh.
But it's not the cinematic instance thing I wanted. Okay, so here's the thing with the bases. We have bases that are for ISEG 193, 1800, and 57 and 6600 kilometers.
Hmm.
So the 193 has got to be on the other side of the planet.
Right.
The 1800's on the moon, and the 57 and 66 got to be around Mars and Uranus or
Okay.
whatever it's called, Europa.
Europa. Yeah.
Yeah. SMEX is 191 and 8,000. So I think that 191 is on the planet, not in orbit. TFMC 1700, 2400. I think they're both on the moon. And then we've got 23,000, 24,000, 27, 28, and 28,000. So those things
Gee.
are way out there.
Yeah.
So I think that might be on Pertam.
Yeah, I got because I mean, when we played on that other server, Jim, the to get to Mars from our asteroid base it was only like it was less than right around 2,000 kilometers. So, is there a like a different factor for that? Like, how far away is the alien planet? Isn't that like 5,000 kilometers?
I thought that that was a seed and there was some randomness to it.
Hmm. Okay.
But,
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know, let me check. I mean, I would hope they're not fixed because Space Engineers. Distance. Are the planets moons from Alien Planet preset? Somebody asked on Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
You can start the game, save it once, load it in, no spawn yet, exit. Go to the load menu, switch to creative mode, enable spectator, start the game, and then open the entity console. Yeah, I know that we did. We didn't do that though. Um, Yeah, now this degrades into people on Reddit crying about whether Xbox is better than. It's like, Space Engineers. Distance between Earth and Moon. Distance between wind turbines. Distance between Earth and Moon. From Moon to Mars. Let's try that one. Okay. There's a wiki page. Planets are destructible voxel objects with their own gravity field. Planets range in size from 19 to 120 kilometers. Distance, diameter. No, the GPS coordinates tell you what planet it is. So I guess they're in the same place. So we can tell by looking at the GPS coordinates whether it's on Titan or the alien planet. Pertam, Triton, Europa, Mars, the Moon, or the Earth. So yeah, I guess they are fixed. Well, the Earth is 120 kilometers in size.
Diameter. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'd like to build a small ship and go there just to.
To the moon?
No, not to the moon yet. I'd like to go to that other station.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because I'm hoping that, like, we got to find these other. There would be other stations if we found the, the other factions. Even at night, the smoke looks way better in the dark without the wind turbines next to it.
Yeah.
And this farm looks more daunting this way. You know, it's not some little thing. It's a factory back here. Are there any more turbines to finish, or are they all?
No, I'm pretty sure they're all done.
Okay.
I mean, the only ones that we needed to do was that one that I started, and unless did we put 3 tiers up there, or
no, 3 tiers.
Okay.
Well, you had put it there when you were working on it, and I had finished some of the pieces for it.
Great, thank you. Yeah, because I just wanted to make sure that we had the same number, because I mean, we may have more generation capacity than we need, but I'd rather be that way than where we were at before, with always like, geez, every time I come back here, the batteries are all dead and nothing's running, you know. As it is now, we can leave all the lights on and everything's okay, so.
Tom Bodette's happy.
Is he? He's still alive? That's good. I didn't know he was still alive.
Okay, let's assume he's still alive. Do you know where Tom Bodette lives or lived?
Yeah, in Homer, Alaska.
How do you know the town?
I read his books.
He wrote books?
Oh yeah, and he did because he was the voice guy. He also did the books on tape, and he was the one that read them. So it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
No, I did not know that. I just knew he was a guy in Alaska.
Yeah. He was in Homer, Alaska, and I've been in Homer, Alaska.
Really?
Yep. Not recently, but.
Yeah, so do you know what the nanobots things are
Nanobots.
for this game?
No.
So you place down like something that you're working on, and you throw red spray paint on it. And red spray paint tells the nanobots. The game releases a box of nanobots that come over and they tear it down.
Okay.
And you put green spray paint on it, and it tells the things to come over and finish building it. So the nanobots, piece by piece, go into the storage container, because you have to pipe into the nanobots building.
Mm-hmm.
And like the nanobot buildings, let's say it's like 5 by 5 by 5. It's a big structure with a couple cargo connectors. So you would connect it up to your cargo system, and then everything you build, the nanobots would go over and they'd pick up one steel plate, one steel plate, one steel plate, one steel plate, and they would build whatever you're working on.
Never heard of that before.
Yeah. There's like 2 versions of it. One is called like build and repair.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's another one that's like drilling and smoothing. So like
So
you
it's
ahead,
a mod?
yeah, it's a workshop item.
Okay. Neat.
But they, like you could send it down to the tunnel that we're working on, and they would smooth out the surface of the tunnel all the way through.
Wow.
So that the walls were even, squared off, rounded, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But like you still have to go down and do the, like the placement of the blocks.
Okay.
Kind of like what you did with the, with your welding ship.
Okay.
But instead of you going with the welding ship, they would have just come across and done it all for you.
Bless you to your dog. I'm assuming that was the dog that sneezed.
Oh, I don't know what they did. I tried.
I heard it sounded like a dog sneeze.
They are true distinguished gentlemen of society, these.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I'm just not sure how I feel about them, because in general, I would say I do not like them for the style of play that obviously embraces difficult things, because, like, I was on here last night in a stream that 10 people popped in on and watched to talk to me about those putting down all that grading, because it is a lot of work. And it was just me sitting there going click, 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 click. And I made the comment, You better really enjoy this, because if you don't enjoy this, you should build nothing big. Because there's a lot of this. And, like, you coming out there with your ship doing the welding, like, that made it very interesting to watch. Because, like, when you said you were welding, I flew over to watch how far you'd gotten.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, you had these huge swaths of material done. Which is pretty neat to watch. Like, that to me is not boring or, oh, I'm better than this. Like, nah, you're not. It's just...
Yeah, it went pretty well. You know, I was thinking, well, it really was time to rebuild the other ship, the one that I crashed, trying to do the backside of the garage building, because we really having both of them readily available, so you don't always have to reconfigure the ship, it's convenient.
I'm 100% with you. On the other hand, though, I see a benefit to, you know, this is our vertical miner. This is our runway rover miner. You know, it's like, well, what's the benefit? It's like, it costs you to make more ships. You know?
Yeah.
There you are. It's neat to do. And it presents an interesting logistical problem. It causes goofy people to show up and go, wacky racers, huh?
Yeah, wacky racers.
And again, I want to say thank you for letting me Huck Finn him over here to come do that.
Oh yeah, I'm glad he did come over, because he's a good pilot, man. Oh man, or he had the right touch for putting those things down.
Well, also, you and I were flying him and dealing with the stuff that we were talking about. It's interesting to get another, you know, perspective on.
Even if it is the grumpy perspective.
I know. That's what makes it all the sweeter.
Yeah, he's funny. Hell of a nice guy. I mean, we were talking when you were, you know, on your call, and you know, he's telling me about, you know, what he's doing with he brought Galactic, and I guess I said, yeah, Albert was telling me oh yeah, he's bitten hard on this one. He really likes this game. I was like, well, that's good. You know, everybody needs something that they like to do.
Well, like Outwit told me a couple of weeks before he left Space Engineers that he was done with it. Because, you know, he's on a different schedule. He's got a different time thing to do. There's stuff that he likes to do. I've seen people, and again, my you know, like my wife's comment when she hears me say things like, I mean, I got a lot of time to kill. You know, and she sits there sending me text messages going, yeah, well, why don't you go pick up the dog shit in the backyard? Why don't you come do the dishes? You know, it's like, why don't you go scrub the toilets? It's like, and, you know, of course she says stuff like, Mr. No, that's beneath me. I'm too educated and I make too much money even though I don't work anymore. You know, because she's heard all those excuses. And it's like, yeah, that's right. That's 100% true.
You can make metal grids here now. I took I brought the rover out here, the green one, and so I had the locations for a couple of cobalt boulders out here in the desert, and they're both within 2 kilometers of the base building. So I just drove out and ground one of them down and brought the cobalt back in, and it's processing nicely. But we got cobalt on hand, so if we need to make more metal grids here, we can. So what is the Saberoid? Is that one of the spiders?
That is the spider.
Okay.
And they are an entirely different level of nasty over the wolves.
Okay.
That's why people ask if they could get them on other planets.
Because they want them on other planets, or they don't want them on other planets?
No, they want them.
Oh, okay.
You know,
I'll
like
the ante a bit, yeah.
yeah. And unfortunately, it's not something that like even modular encounters can move.
Now those are only on the alien planet, is that?
Yes.
Okay.
Badger suit.
Energy critical. Inventory full.
Yeah, it's a because even right now, if we sat here and said, okay, we're going to stop everything, let's get up to the moon. It's just a bit of a process to build a ship to get you there safely. You know, and you land there. I mean, if your whole purpose is, no, I want to go to the moon immediately because the game will be better. It's like, all right, go stand out in the desert outside because it's going to look just like the moon to you. You know, you got to, but they're sandbox games. You got to have you make your own sandbox. I think that's where those like we don't make any of these med kits yet. We have a lot of them. Let me check these fans again. Okay. 22 kilowatts to 25, 19 to 15, 14, 22, 25. Let's see what the one on the end's getting. Yeah, they just like look close to me. But the ones that look the closest are the ones we built the first. Like they are 1, 2. I mean, the pillars are 10 apart.
Yeah.
But, you know, once they're built, it's like these things are just one block apart.
Well, actually, further out, the pillars are further apart. They're like at 15, I think.
Yeah, I spaced. That's what I started doing because these 10s look too close.
Okay.
But in order to fix it, we'd have to move 2 of them out of there. I don't know if you want to move 2 more. SMEX Shuttle 2 says it has a job active. Is the SMEX Shuttle out by you?
No, I'm at ISCG.
And you didn't take the shuttle?
No, I flew out in the green rover because I wanted to bring parts for another battery, and it also has some drills on the front of it so I can actually go out and collect some material. And that's what's going on. Oh, it's the miner coming back in. The ISCG miner is just coming back in to drop off a load of ice. Yeah, I didn't press the button, so it, you know. And that's the only time it would have a job active, isn't it? When you
No, well, because it has a job.
Okay.
So it's just waiting for you to press the button.
Okay.
I didn't read it correctly. So it's in a job.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So it's all programmed and ready to go. All you got to do is hit the button and off you sail to SMEX.
Yep. Or whatever next stop. See if we have his projection. I would think I do, but I don't remember what it's called. you have the blueprints for the touch your toes check? Be easier to touch them if they weren't under a desk.
Blueprints for what, Jim?
For the bottom of the drill rig.
I think I do, but I don't have the recent ones. 'Cause John hasn't, finished figuring out which one we need to go with just yet.
Be right back. I'm gonna refill my cup.
Okay.
All right. I need something that can make it around the planet. Because we got to do some scouting. Now we know these things, these scouts that we built, the shuttles, they can go about 70 kilometers. Is it just a matter of a few more batteries?
Well, what John and I did on the one planet was we built remote charging stations that were just basically a connector of the right orientation, a
Kind of like we have at the outposts?
yeah, somewhat similar, but they were a lot more stripped down. You know, it was just a platform. There was no building.
Oh, before you met Crazy.
Well, not exactly, but you know, somewhat. You know, it was just straightforward. You know, let's just make these things so you can just pull in there. You're only going to be here for long enough to charge up the batteries on your ship. I think John is a firm believer in the survival kit. So there were, you know, bunches of survival kits. There was a survival kit at each one of these guys, so that you know, in case you needed to recharge your energy, heal up your health. We didn't have any um, oxygen, you know, tanks or a generator there, because you know that was just more work than we wanted to. What the heck is that? Okay. Just being picky about where you aim the welder.
Okay, if I build another shuttle and I head out on a cardinal point and I go as far as it'll make it, or I stop at, let's say, 70, even if it'll go, well, 100 kilometers to start to bring it back around, though. Like, let's say I go 50.
Okay.
And I set up a base and I call it E50. Like I'm currently pointing north, so we call it N50. What do we need there? A survival kit.
Yeah.
All right, so we can.
Well, and I think a lot of it is also going to depend on what type of terrain you're in. You know, because if it ends up in a desert, you may end up needing a building or well, actually, you can just build a cockpit onto the building like we got hanging outside, you know, the waiting room on this one, and that's enough. Then you don't have to worry about being damaged inside the base building if you don't have an air vent and that whole system.
Okay, I'm going to put a shuttle on the printer. I'm going to print it up to the point where the engines are done.
Okay.
All right, and then I'm going to stop it. Then I'm going to push the printing forward. Okay?
Okay.
Let's say I push it forward 20 small blocks or 10 small blocks. And in that space, I continue the design with that floor print connector on the bottom and that overhead bracing piece that everything is attached to. And I put in there a couple more batteries and a survival kit.
Mm-hmm.
That would let me get to wherever we gotta go. Land at, let's say, N50. And then
The survival kit goes with you to each one, provided the shuttle makes it.
yeah, that's sort of the question. We know a shuttle should make it to N50.
Right.
All right. Because it makes it to SMES or ISEG or SMEX. ISEG. It makes it there with easily more than half a tank of power.
Okay.
So if we make it just a little bit longer and we add to it a bunch of parts and some batteries and a survival kit, and we land it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
When we land it, we build a base around it, and then we convert it to a base. Now we have this front welcoming area of the base that's all the glass, corridor, survival kit, and then we build the generators for the batteries. Like, it becomes a mini base by itself with very little work. Would that work, or would that look horrible?
Well, I don't think it would look bad. The thing is, it's the function. I mean, the form. Yeah, you want the ships to look good, obviously, but if you got to make an ugly ship to do an ugly job, that's that's totally acceptable.
Well, the last ugly ship like that I made was the Barsoon ground operations lander. I mean, that thing was literally like the equivalent of a tractor trailer. It was this big front end with two cockpits, all the controllers, the medical station, and then there was this connecting piece with other engines and stuff. Because it was meant to be that something would happen and it would break in half going down to the surface. So each end had an equal amount of engines and storage and stuff.
Oh.
Like the walls were engines and tanks.
So redundancy was built right in, basically.
Yes.
Is what you're saying. Okay.
Now, when we got down to the surface, all we did was land it, and then boom, it was a station. And then from there, we built out from it a pad where we built a bigger production facility. And then from there, the rest of Barsoon's ground operations was built. But it was built from, okay, wait, we need a medical station. Okay, go into the ship, grind that one down, bring it out here and put it down on the ground. Like we cannibalized it piece by piece.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is that the kind of thing you're talking about? Or, like, are we just building a big cylinder? Like, do you want it to have, like, sides that are on hinges so that when we get there, we just open up the hinges and it's, like, double the size?
Okay. Let me make sure that I'm on the same page with you. We're looking to build a shuttle-like ship that
Well,
we can...
a ship, any ship.
Okay. And out 50 kilometers, and then basically set it down, unpack it, and turn it into a base, and then add on to it or change it around so that it'll basically be an outpost, a 50 kilometer outpost in each direction.
Yeah, the N50 outpost. So when you go to N50, what should be there? Like what meets, what did the two of you have as an idea of what makes it an outpost? You know, because it's actually, if we do the planning for it here, we have all the materials here. So that we're not hand drilling 50 kilometers out to get a few extra pieces of stone. But as long as we go out there with a survival kit, we can.
Yes.
So our only real problem is, what if we crash and lose the survival kit? Oh, well then don't build the survival kit, put it in the inventory. Well, what if we crash and the cargo container crashes? Like, it's, no matter what, there's a chance that you could lose the survival kit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if that's the case, then you want redundancy, so you maybe have one that's already built, and you have the parts for one in your back pocket. I mean, it's a lot. Well, maybe not a lot of extra parts, because I was looking at those merge blocks, and I was really surprised at how little it takes to build a merge block.
I have shown merge blocks to people that we've played this game with, and I'm always surprised that they've never used them. And they always come back with the same thing. They've never even looked at them, because they never thought they would have a. And once I explain it to them, like, I can't come up with a reason for this. And then you turn around and they're like, yeah, I'm using merge blocks all the time now. Because, when you want to attach something, merge blocks, douche, it's the douche. Yeah, the douche is that, connectors don't do that. Landing gears don't do that.
Nope.
I mean, the merge, and you see that even putting the tower in, the merge block is, it has some magnetic flexibility to it. It's like, bring it in close. I'll gadoosh. And it does.
It does, yeah. And you get it close and I'll finish it off. And that's the merge block talking.
Yep.
Damn it. Damn it. I just noticed there's an unknown signal out there, and it just counted down its last 10 seconds.
Dang nabbit.
Oh, here comes a dog running across the desert. And he's now an ex-dog.
Because that's sort of the challenge of getting to the moon. Well, we're going to the moon. Okay. You can go with a simple escape pod and land like a refugee.
Yeah. Or you can plan ahead and make something that's going to be useful when you get there.
Which actually makes it harder to do. Because, right now, if you sat here and said, hey, you know what? You want to get out 50 kilometers? All right, just go get a copy of a pod. And we'll just strap a rocket to it and shoot you out, and then have you parachute down at the 50-kilometer mark. I mean, it literally wouldn't be that hard to do. I mean, a tank and a rocket on the, a tank with an engine on the back end, and a gyro, and off you go.
Yep. Well, let's see what we had at those stations, because John on the last server, he kind of was, okay, I'm going to make it all the way around planet, which he did. Ended up building 5 or 6 different stations to get around, but and each one of them had, charging. They had a survival kit. They had an antenna. We kept them closer than 50 kilometers from one another. So, or actually one of them, he overshot it, so I had to put up an antenna in the middle to to make the connection. But let's see, what else did we have on those? Connectors, batteries. I mean, but they were just basically I don't think we even put up. No, well, on some of them we did put cryopods up too, so that were sure that we could, at least with a survival kit, you know where you're going to respawn at, but you don't necessarily always get your stuff back. If you put down some cryopods, then you get, you know, your stuff. This one. This base needs more power generation.
Which one?
ISCG.
Do you need anything brought out to you?
Actually, no. With the survival kit and the basic assembler, I think I can make everything that I need here to get the rest of these wind turbines. I'm going to double it up right now, and then maybe next time. I mean, if you want to come out and help, by all means, come on out. But I think I can handle it. We got. Oh, I just noticed there's 5 here already. So all I got to do is 3 more wind turbines, and then this one is. And then we go up another tier. Okay, those you need interior plates to lay them out, right?
Excuse me.
Okay, be right down. I just got the word. It's time for dinner.
Look at you.
So I'm gonna park it out here next to this boulder and
So they're on the turnpike and 55 minutes from home.
all right.
Exciting.
Yes, indeed.
Will you enjoy your dinner?
All right. I'm gonna try.
I'm building another miner.
All right.
I'm going to have it widen out that area to put the grinder pit in.
Okay.
Non-vertical.
Okay. Right. I'll be back in a little while.
Hasta la vista.
You betcha.
Hi, just making sure your phone works. Am I locking the dogs in the garage so we see if they freak out when they see you? No? No? Okay, goodbye. Water check. I'm gonna float away with this thing sometimes. Proper posture, touch your toes. They need a better sequencing on this thing. Because, you know, it should be check your toes or touch your toes. Then posture. As you get back into your seat. almost done. Okay. Hmm. Quartz. Something begins with Q. Ah, that was a little stupid. Do I want a chicken cheesesteak for dinner? What am I getting here? Chicken tenders hoagie. That sounds kind of weird. Chicken tender. That's gonna be fried chicken. I don't like fried. If I choose between fried and a glass of water, I'll take the water. Buffalo chicken cheesesteak. Jerk chicken cheesesteak. Chicken cheesesteak. I guess the buffalo chicken and a little bit of spice to it. The cheeseburger. No, I guess the buffalo chicken cheesesteak. Where the hell is this place? Oh, man. You know, they're gouging you on the delivery order. That's some serious bullshit, but by the same token, who wants to go to that joint to pick it up? I guess that's the problem. Alright. Engine's on. Let's kill that merge block. Landing gears in this thing? No, we don't. Alright, so we need a home.
I hear your keyboard.
Hey, welcome back.
Thank you.
How was your dinner?
Oh, it was really good. My wife made a chicken in a cast iron skillet in the oven. It was really tasty.
Cool.
And some mashed potatoes and some broccoli and gravy. Lots of gravy. I'm lucky I don't weigh 300 pounds.
Yeah, I put all my weight on when I stopped working. Unfortunately.
Well, it was all the stress that you had while you were working kept you thin, right?
Well, that and being busy. You know. I mean, it's, I like you. I almost love you like a brother. Better than the brother I had, because he was an asshole. I would throw you under a bus in a heartbeat if I could go back to work. And it's like, and I could go back to work, but I know that, 2 days later, I will do something so stupid because I can't see something, or I thought I saw it. And it's like, hey, isn't that why you're not working? Yes, yes, it is. And it's just, there's no escaping it. And I had a conversation with a client tonight who needed a bit of a reminder or some help in understanding that, sometimes things happen. And I'm not telling, as I've said to other people in her situation, it's, I have sat in a doctor's office chair and broken down because it's tough.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not like age prepared for it,
Well, I mean, that's tough to handle when you're only 29.
It is.
Hell, it's tough to handle when you're just about any age.
Yeah, but is there an expectation from society that you should be able to handle it all? It's like the conversation we had about the cards. Some people don't know what those cards are that you collect. It's just depends upon their background. And I'm sure that there's people's I know they are because I've encountered them. There's people whose families didn't prepare their children, to be adults and deal with grief or loss or any of that sort of stuff in life. I mean, it's no different than marriage. I mean, you've been together as long as we have, plus a year. I'm sure you could come up with a number of people that, you've encountered in your lifetime that are divorced. And you could, if you really wanted to be a busybody, you could map out the bad things in their life that got them to divorce. And now, obviously, stabbed his mother to death. Something, heinous. But, a lot of them, it's the day-to-day stuff that they're unprepared to handle.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. That can be almost more taxing than the difficult stuff. Because it's just, sometimes it just gets so boring. You got to just figure out ways to keep it.
And it doesn't go away. It's there tomorrow.
Yep.
That's one of the reasons I hate talking to that lady I live with. Because she's got these girlfriends and stuff that bring up stuff with her. And, like, I'm always like, did their husband approve this? Which is just wrong. But, I mean, it's...
You do like to beat on the beehive a little bit, don't you?
Well, I mean, I know. I mean, I say it with love.
Yeah,
You know.
of course.
I say this with love because I'm stupid and don't know a better way to say it. What the fuck are you doing? You know, it's. But I preface it with, look, I'm saying this with love. I mean, I'm just, I don't, what do you do? What's going on here? You know, it's, look, man, I had an affair. I cheated on my wife. I gotta come clean. I want to tell her about it. I need her forgiveness. You need to shut your mouth. It's like, first off, she already knows.
Probably.
You're not that clever. How do I know you're not that clever? Because you just told me you wanted to tell her. Like, you failed the clever test. And it's, like, I'm amazed when I hear these stories about, so Tom died and 3 families showed up to his funeral. It's like, wow, how was he able to do that? You know, because that's some serious keeping shit from her sort of stuff.
Seem to be missing a battery. Huh.
All right, so I built a new miner. It's called Quartz. Next letter in the alphabet. Couldn't think of a better name. So she's expanding the area for the grinder pit. If I had 3 more, I'd have them working in different directions. But she is on the new mining pad, the new landing pad. So I'm not sure what your thoughts were for docking areas. If this is something that you had envisioned different, please change it.
Okay.
Quartz will forgive you, and I don't really care what Quartz thinks anyway. So. But yeah, this is also putting a trickle of ore back into the system, piece by piece. But this area does need to be expanded to be the grinder pit, because it's because I don't know why. I just know that if we don't make it big, it'll never. It's like the repair area. It needs a wall that comes up with a hinge, or like a piston that could like slide back and forth so that you could. Or it needs racing stripes, or it needs nothing. I don't know which.
Ooh, racing stripes.
So I ordered dinner.
So did you go Chinese or did you go a different direction?
No, I went a place called Diner something. And it's or Family 319 or something. Whatever it is. It's in Camden, which is several times Times Magazine's worst city in the United States. So first off, it's helping a Camden business. Is always, and you know, that's one of those things that worked out nice. Posture check. Yeah, I'll check my posture. I'll check it right after I stand up because you tell me to. Oh, look, touch your toes. How about that? Who would have thought? So I'll touch my toes and then I'll have bad posture.
Guess you'd be all hunched over.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So, I mean, kudos to that. I mean, that's one of the nice things about COVID, with all the Grubhub ordering and stuff going on. You know, you make it a point to go, you know what, we've eaten there. Let's go somewhere else. Well, what was wrong with it? Nothing.
Fuel low.
Then why are we going somewhere else? Because it's somewhere else.
Fuel critical.
You know, that's all. Which part of go somewhere else tonight do you know? So it's a very... Like, I like that, you know, if you had to find a cloud and a silver lining on it, this sort of stuff. Dining out is definitely one of them. this place is in a bad neighborhood. And it may not itself be in a bad neighborhood, but it's in a bad town. And so, and of course with COVID, places like this, which are near, government offices, there ain't no government workers, or very few of them. So they've lost that chunk of their business. And so more than happy to give them an order every once in a while. I'm not unhappy that they charge $20 for delivery.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like, God damn you. And then, of course, the answer is, well, then why don't you drive down here yourself and pick it up? Not going to do that. Here's your $20. Glad to help out your business.
Yep.
So I've been giving the ship thing some thought, which is why I built a miner. Because I was like, well, I'm here, let me build something. My thought is, if I make it a stretch limo, the shuttle, will I actually make it there? And I'm tempted to make a shuttle, strap 2 more batteries on it, see if it makes it 50 kilometers, and then ditch it. And that's a pretty bad attitude, because, it's one thing that we have the death recovery system. It's another thing to abuse it. I don't like abusing it. So,
All right. How many batteries are you going to put on it?
1 million or less.
Or
I don't know. I mean, the ship. Okay, so let's say we stretch out the shuttle.
Okay.
All right, and then in the middle we put it has 2 or 3 batteries on it now, and it has those 2 cargo containers.
Right.
Well, we could get rid of the bottom cargo container, and now it has, it could have 4, especially if I built them better, because they're currently placed stupid. If I place them better, I could put 4 batteries on this thing. So just the way it is, 4 batteries. It has 2 connectors, so I mean that's, build out the base. I guess put down a couple of blocks when you get there, and a merge block on the bottom of the ship. Bring the ship down, merge it in, now it's a base. Take the connector, flip it over, now it's a bottom connector facing up, and then there's the horizontal connector going back. You got some engines, you pull those out, now you got spare parts. You got the first aid thing. You put a little bit of bells and whistles around the thing. So you got to take with you a bunch of steel plate. The question is, do you want to bring with you, what's the, okay, we're going to N50.
All right.
Are we taking our Yugo and the shit that we just bought at IKEA? Or are we taking an RV? Isn't that what it comes down to?
Well, we're still taking the stuff that we bought at IKEA either way we go, right?
Well, but we'd be taking less of it.
Okay.
Because, yeah, obvious. Well, the difference is we'd still have the bathroom, the survival kit, But if we wanted to move it to make it look better, it's like an RV with the thing that pushes out the side.
Right. The slide out.
Yeah. Something is pooping on the base here. A vertical miner just started pooping on the base. pooping out stone, big chunks of stone, stone, big chunks of stone.
Why would it just start up like that? It's,
well,
it's one of the ones that's been parked there, right?
Yes, and its ejector front and back were I just turned them off. Did this thing just suck ore over from quartz, and instead of it going into storage, it came over here?
That's very possible.
Because we don't have one-way sorters on these ports.
All right. 2 out of 3 wind turbines done. There's 3 out of 3. Okay, we've got more charging power here. More power.
Okay, we're coming back with 9, 18, 27, 36. 1, 2, 3, 4, 28. So we're coming back with 64,000 stone. Okay. I'm going to search for the refinery. As soon as we dock. I want to see if the refinery processes 64,000 stone. There's stone going through the refinery. There is no new poop on the deck.
Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full.
By chance, did you check for tools?
Oh, yeah, I did. I got myself, there was one elite welder, so I
Okay,
bought it.
cool.
But that was the, well, no, they had a proficient welder too, I think, which is the first upgrade.
Yeah.
But I mean, we can make all of those that we want, just because we've got all. Was it? Do you need cobalt to make those? I think it's cobalt, silver, and platinum are the upgrade items for those.
So it's iron, nickel, gravel, silicon, and then iron, nickel, cobalt, silicon. So the gravel becomes cobalt. And then tier 2, you add silver.
Mm-hmm.
And tier 3, the silver
Platinum,
becomes platinum.
right?
And it takes 0.7, 0.67. So it takes 2/3 of a kilogram of platinum per tool. Which means if you make all 3 tools, it requires 2 platinum. And if you want the elite automatic rifle, you need platinum and silver. How much silver do we have?
So, what is the elite rifle? Is that accurate and rapid fire, or?
I actually don't know. See, we have... Well, we got 4,400 units of silver. Alright, so what is required for a medical station? A survival kit requires 20 silver. So we can make a lot of survival kits.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you get the gold for the yield modules?
Um, that didn't we find a gold boulder?
Oh, I don't
No,
remember.
no, it wasn't that. Hmm. Don't recall.
If we were on Pertam, this base would have exploded so long ago
Why is that?
from the lightning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Quartz is over here just chugging along, and her battery is not taking... I Like I said, she's doing a run in less than 5% of her battery. What ship is this? Peroxide has nothing she's working on. Or do you have her stalled for some reason? Both oxide and peroxide are sitting here with no jobs.
Yeah, I didn't set any jobs up for them. Although you may want to continue the one that we rescued on the job out there by the grinder pit, because that's what you had it set up for, right?
Yeah, but I built the horizontal one.
Okay.
And just had to dig it at an angle.
Yeah, the only one that I got running is the one that's going down to the lake and collecting the iron by the lake. And have you seen that one lately? That's magnesium sulfate.
Yeah. Let's see, there's Wendy, quartz. Go check the board. Magnesium sulfate is not on the board.
Oh boy.
Oxide, peroxide, quartz, SMEX minor, shuttle 2 no job, shuttle 2 job active. So there's 2 SMEX shuttles. I think one crashed and we just left in a ditch or something. Unknown signal, 3 kilometers, 4 minutes. As I buzz the solar panels and go to the top of the hill. I've never been to the top of the hill right behind our base. Have you ever taken a trip behind the solar panels to go to the top of the hill there?
Yeah, when very early on in the game, I walked up there with the drill out, and that's how I found that magnesium mine, and I kept on going, and I didn't find a whole lot else. But yeah, I've been up that way.
Dang. Look at you getting all over the place.
I'm not saying I get around, but I've been to a few places.
I got a leopard suit.
Ooh.
Water drill, cucumbers. So do you notice a change in the hydrogen level from those runs that we did with the Theodore Esper?
I haven't noticed it. I mean, what do you have, 5 tanks on there, and each one of those holds a million liters.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we should be seeing, I would imagine that the hydrogen level is filled completely back up because we got
Ice galore.
3 generators working on it, but that's where we might see the reduction is in the amount of ice on the base. I looked in the Red Rover that's parked out there.
Mm-hmm.
Every storage container on that thing has been filled with ice to the maximum limit. So to say we have a glut of ice on the base is kind of an understatement.
So we're looking at a party over Memorial Day weekend. Oh, I should talk about that tomorrow or the next time. That's a daytime chat.
Okay.
I'm moving. Instead of putting a category in of gaming, I'll put in coffee chat. Let's see if we pick up any people. I was kind of ecstatic that my wife got a fellow gamer today from her game. She gave her a friend's code. She went on the island. My wife dropped off some stuff as a thank you gift.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, they had a whole little... I was like, yeah. Here's a thought for you. Did you put a dome top on the building at the assembler?
On the building at the assembler?
So the assembler building, I put these silver pieces in front of it, almost like silos.
Yeah, I did. I did put that up there. It looks, yeah, I put the top on the silo because those things coming up there, and I was like, well, let's see how it looks. And what I was hoping was that I would be able to, because I was doing an experiment, because I wanted to do some different work on the SMEX base. And what I was hoping, and it's not there. There's a corner piece that you can use for those half round, like those awning shaped pieces.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not a corner. It is a corner, but it's not. It's a 3-sided corner. So I guess it's an inverted corner is what they call those things. I was hoping there would be one that would be just two pieces that you could like run down with the awnings and then turn a corner and go out with them. But there's no way to do that without having like a block at the corner, and then you got that corner sticking up above.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why it's almost like you have to design the greeblings first and then put the walls in around them
Yeah.
to get you that look that you.
Yep.
I mean, it's literally the equivalent of, so we're building you a new car. What would you like? 3 cup holders. You know,
Okay. Good place to start. Start with the cup holders.
not whether it's a manual or automatic or 6-cylinder or diesel or, nope, 3 cup holders. It's my start.
All right, I'm getting set to head back to base.
How you getting here?
I'm just flying in with the
Do you hear that?
Toxic Revenger. Yep. Is somebody home?
Nope.
Somebody knows somebody's coming.
That's
home.
our fearless watchdog sleeping and having a nightmare.
Oh. Okay.
It's the same noise he's made since he's been a puppy and has those. Like that voice didn't change as he got bigger. The neighbors told me when Angus got to be no longer a puppy. Because they detected his voice change. Which says a lot about how much he protects the neighborhood. Beacon 2. What the hell is that? Your green machine has a thing on it called Beacon 2. Do you mind if I name it?
Oh, go ahead.
I believe this is your green machine. It's called Cockpit Roto. The ship is called Roto Tug.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I thought you meant the green machine I'm flying now. The other, not the toxic green one, but the regular green one. Yeah. Yeah, that's Roto. I did not put the name in the beacon for that one.
Alright, I changed it for you. The only reason I noticed it is because it was also at 5,000 meters. And standing here in the midst of everything was this Beacon 2 on mine. You know, as I'm looking for stuff to... Okay, Quartz is still running. And let's see how Peroxide's doing. Peroxide is over here. But I gave her a goofy-ass pattern to work on. And she's having a hard time handling it. So what I've been doing... just like manually giving her a hand. food's here. All right, what's going on?
Well, I'm not back from the lake or from the desert yet.
You're still coming back from the desert.
Well,
Wow.
sort of. I decided to make a little detour,
Okay, where'd you
and
go?
and I went down to the lake where the minor magnesium peroxide or whatever
Mm-hmm.
has been missing from,
Yes.
and I found it.
Okay, what's the matter with her?
3 out of her 4 lift engines appear to be missing.
Cool.
No, not cool.
No, it is cool. We know what's going on now.
Well, you know what? I brought parts down to try and fix it on the lake down here,
Uh-huh.
but it's not working for me. So if you wanted to bring the Theodore S. Bear down here and grab her and bring her back, we could do that.
Well, she won't go anywhere until midnight.
I mean noon tomorrow.
Noon,
Right?
sorry, yeah, noon. Sorry, yeah, no, she won't go anywhere till noon. I love those little holes in the planet that show up. I don't know, man, 150 meters. The large ones do a 150, right?
Yes, that's correct.
It doesn't seem like any distance at all.
No, it is. It's not much, really.
Okay, leopard, tiger, panty, bingo. Prisoner boots. Ooh, tofu, steak meat, credits, emergency, carrots, potatoes, coffee, spider meat. Ooh, that was a windfall there.
I'd say.
So have you started any food cloning?
No.
Did you know you can do that?
There, I noticed something in the protein.
Yeah, the protein
regeneration.
resequencer, yeah. That's the one. I have never done it. I mean, since you're already making protein shakes, I'm assuming it takes tofu and it makes like a.
Hmm.
But it needs things like metal grids. All right. Am I moving 2 of these for more space, or are we leaving them the way they are?
Let's leave them for now.
Okay. Mr. Tempting Fate. We're going to be out of battery soon. We'll be powerless.
Powerless. You will be powerless.
Static grid 64451. That means I have one of it already. Let's see if I can load it up downstairs. Dun, 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 dun. Biggest tunnel. Holy cow. Where's the end? I don't know. Where's our cars? We haven't made any. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, we need to make that fly and hover tunnel thing. That would be so cool. Yeah, I guess you're right. We really should have made a road through here. You know? And it would have been like a 5-block wide road. Instead, it's all natural. Ooh, there's an opening to the outside world in here. Kind of neat.
Wow.
Okay.
Up
This
there
thing
she
is gone.
goes. All right.
There goes who?
Magnesium sulfate.
What happened?
I fixed the engines. I managed to dig a hole deep enough. They weren't welding because the ship was right down on the ice. And so I dug a hole deep enough underneath the thing that I was able to weld the engines up. And as soon as I got 3 out of the 4 set, she lifted off and off she went.
Okay, 117. Let's see what that does. That doesn't do it. Matter of fact, it pushes
Make it hard to land. See you moving around down there, but I don't see anything else.
Okay, so the projector's over there.
There's the bear. There we go.
Come over here. Shouldn't we be able to rotate the picture around? Regardless of which end we took the picture from.
I think so. Okay, where did she go now?
Ooh, I might have it. I got it. She's lined up correctly. Alright, we're anchored on the trailing gear. Got the forward gear. You don't want to censor up these doors, do you?
I think censorship is a terrible thing. Yeah, I'll do it. Where are they?
It's the from the bear back into the underneath the headframe building. There's
Oh, the big doors?
yeah, and then there's one at the Bat Cave. So there's like 6 doors underground that need to be censored up. And they need enough range that if we can get the vehicles working, they actually work. So you'd have to like give the doors names and then match them up with the sensor. Because they have to detect people and a small grid vehicle. so that we could drive around. I'm still trying to figure out the you go IKEA or the RV analogy. Because doing some ciphering here. If we're doing 100 meters per second, that's 6 clicks a minute.
Okay.
So that means a trip out 50 clicks would be 8.5 minutes.
Okay.
Do you think it's taken that long or way longer to go back and forth between the outpost at 30 kilometers?
No, well, we are going a little bit. I mean, you're figuring that you're gonna take off and get up to maximum speed immediately and then go maximum speed the whole distance. I'd say we're probably averaging more like 70 to 80 meters per second on the trip. So, but that's still what, 4.5, 5 kilometers per minute?
Is this John Deere welder yours?
John Deere welder.
It's called Toy Toro. Toxic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you just move it?
I just came in and parked it on the deck. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. That's what I was asking. Sorry. I was trying to get to it the long way around.
Okay. I
didn't want to scare you if it fell off the thing by itself.
No. I came in a hurry and I landed it on the deck because I was hoping to pause that miner that I found on the ice lake down there. But apparently it did not make it back to its home connector because it's not parked where it's supposed to be parked unless it came in and immediately left again. So I don't know, but the thing was still damaged, and aren't they supposed to come home if they're damaged? I guess only if you set that up.
I think it's if they're damaged. Like if it's already damaged and you start it, like it doesn't see that as damage. You know, that's pre-existing. All right, so peroxide is working. Quartz is working. Quartz might actually be done.
Yeah, well, I was down there at the mine or by the lake where that iron deposit is. I walked into the excavation area. There's quite a streak of iron running through there.
Touch your toes. Well, technically that was my shoes. I should take my shoes off. That's why somebody said White House, touch your toes, steak dinner. Never invited back. It was a horrible dream. Okay, so push out H2. H2 is pushing. Player connected, flying crowbar.
Yeah, I'm doing an F5. I was getting some wonky behavior. Like it wasn't letting me out of my cockpit.
Yeah, on one hand, it would be interesting to take out the RV sort of thing. Where do we build it? And we need a large grid projector. Do we build it in behind the small grid projector shipyard? Because then we could mock it up. And then when we're done, blueprint it and then make another one. Especially if we fly it out there and it doesn't make it.
Yeah. You can make some changes, revisions, improvements, who knows? Now it doesn't seem to be letting me out of the cryo chamber.
You can always admin yourself out. Fly it out, or do we remote control it out? Or did you and John go out in 2 ships, one that you left, and or did he do it all himself?
Well, he went out in the ship, and then he'd build the base, and then he'd move on to the next one. So it wasn't a throwaway ship by any means.
Or a ship that he landed. So what, every one of them was different?
Each base?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they were not the same. Come on.
Well, I mean, at that point, I would say if we wanted to do it, let's just build, if there's 3 of us, we build 3 shuttles. We fly them out there, loaded with, parts.
Mm-hmm.
We build a base, use 2 of the shuttles to make the, like the player area because of all the glass windows.
Okay.
And then put, other inside stuff in between there in some configuration. And then use the 3rd one to fly back and get the other parts and come back and go to the next one. I mean, it's because you know, the idea of, well, unless you went out with a miner. Like if you went out with a miner with, if we strapped sorry,
Excuse me.
Gesundheit.
Thank you.
If we strapped a survival kit onto the back of this miner, we fly out, drill a bunch of material. It's an interesting challenge, but it's the only way we're going to find those other factions. I take it you'll be logging off soon.
It's only 9 o'clock.
Yeah, but this might be like a 2 or 3 hour project. Because let's assume I print another shuttle. And you take the miner that I just printed up in quartz. And we both go head on out. Yeah, we strap 2-3 extra batteries onto each ship. And we go 45 kilometers. Which shouldn't be that hard to do. And then you pick a spot, land. The only thing we got to take with us is the parts, like you said, survival kit and, you know, a gag, you know, like a 4-pod cryo chamber thing. Or 2. Because we know from the ISEG and the SMEX that all we have to do is survival kit and then refinery assembler, and we can build all the rest of the stuff.
Mm-hmm. That thing is unlocked again.
What's unlocked?
The other vertical miner that's parked on the T connector.
It's locked for me. They're both locked.
Oh,
It's a sync issue.
yep.
Does this thing have full batteries? No, its batteries are 33%.
Yeah, because, well, if it wouldn't be charging if it's unlocked, and I'm seeing it as unlocked, but again, I can't get out of the cockpit over here.
Yeah, well, you're not in a cockpit to me. You're standing here on the ground.
Okay, well, then definitely an issue.
Okay, where are you now?
Still sitting in this cockpit.
I just teleported you to me.
I'm sitting in the cockpit, looking across at the one miner. Up there you are. You're running. Running in front of the ship here that I'm sitting in.
Let's see if this fixes it. Okay, where are you now?
Okay. I'm out of the ship, standing on the landing pad, but I can't move.
Because you're dead. I just shot you.
Oh,
How about now? Your battery just disappeared.
I'm still standing here. Woo, I'm trying to boost up and you're just, it's like jump. Oh man, the vertical miner over there just sank right into the into the landing deck. Am I upside down to you?
You're dead. You're not even here.
Okay.
I'm just taking your stuff out of here. You need the F5.
Yep.
Definitely some lag or something going on. You gotten back in yet?
Not yet.
Well, let me know where you end up, because I got your stuff.
Will do. Match weather core and
Weapons core.
weapons core. Okay, I'm bouncing. You know what? Maybe I need to do a restart of my computer entirely because I'm. It looks like I'm looking. I see the beacon on the top of the tower rotating up there, and slowly ships and whatnot are spawning in. And there's the welder. Up, I'm in the cafeteria building. Or I'm sorry, the med bay. Now, you got my stuff, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, you're down on the flight line.
Inventory
I
full.
was.
Okay.
I'm out here at an unknown signal. And I'm heading
right.
back. Unless you want to meet me out here at the unknown signal.
Well, if I could see it. Yeah, I don't have any unknown signals.
Alright, I'm coming back.
All right.
Where you at?
I'll meet you by the control tower.
I'm there.
Hello.
Hey, there you are.
Yep. Your eye is.
Trying to trade with you. It says waiting. Let me do this. You see all this stuff on the ground in front of you?
No, I do not.
Well, just point at the ground right in front of you and start effing and see if anything.
It says, do you want to trade with Store Papa?
Yeah, hit cancel.
Okay.
Alright, do you see the stuff on the ground? It's right in between us.
my screen just went black. I see all of my GPS marks. Oh, let me see. It says there's a hydrogen bottle there.
Yep, pick that up.
I'm trying. It won't allow me to do that.
All right, well, I'm going to pick it up so you don't lose it.
All right. Why don't you just throw everything in the can?
Well, can you access the can here?
It says Elite Welder. Can't pick that up either.
Everything's in the can.
Thank you.
Now the question is, can you access it? Looks to me like you're standing in the same spot.
Yeah, I've been unable to move. I've got a totally black screen except for my HUD and all of the signals that are on there. So there,
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
the game closed, so
If there's a weapons core mismatch, we can bounce it, but is that the only mismatch you saw?
there were like 2 or 3 of them that were listed.
All right, we're restarting in 10. Since you're having problems.
I'm gonna restart